let me ask you, as the Biden administration appears to be sort of shifting its public stance on this, how much you think there is a calculation at hand, given the new numbers that are out among just rapidly declining support for the president among Arab Americans? I mean, these numbers are fairly staggering, right? Michigan, Arizona, Georgia, all states that have sizable Arab populations. Michigan, Biden won it by 154,000 votes. The Arab population in that state is 278,000. Arizona, he won it by 10,000 votes. The Arab population, 60,000 folks. And these are inexact numbers, right? Georgia, 11,000 votes was Biden's margin of victory. There are 57,000 people in the Arab population. These are numbers that if they flip or don't, if these folks do not come out, and his approval numbers among Arab Americans have cratered because of the situation in Gaza. This is the kind of thing that could really actually affect the election in a meaningful way. This is a very ominous sign for the president. At the end of the day, the president is a politician. He wants to get reelected. If you are a political advisor to the president, you're seeing this and you see alarm bells going off, because the other part of that is that the Arab American population that can vote in this country and the Muslim population that can vote in this country have been extremely disappointed with the president in terms of how this administration has been executing or supporting the war, executing the war and supporting it publicly, I should say. And the consequence of that is, for the administration, is twofold. One, there is still a year out, so they could change that. They could perhaps try to put together some kind of peace conference, peace summit, to try to mobilize the international community for Palestinian statehood. Mm-hmm. Is that likely to happen? No, but that could be an opening or something that could allow for these numbers to recover. But the second part of that is really that Arabs and certainly Muslim Americans, they know what the alternative is, and the alternative is Donald Trump. Yeah. And so they find themselves in this situation where they're not going to vote for Donald Trump. And obviously I'm speaking in generalities here, but they know that Donald Trump is dangerous to not just America, but specifically Muslims. He wants to ban Muslims. He would probably be worse on Gaza than President Biden has in the eyes of Arab Americans and Muslim Americans. But that is not to negate how they feel in this moment, because the sentiment and the polling suggests that if they don't go to Joe Biden, they're going to sit the election out. And if they sit the election out, the consequences will be dire for President Biden. And part of that motivation is because they want to be taken seriously and they want to be heard. And that is one of the main reasons they feel this administration has not heard them up until this point on this issue of the Gaza war. We are, if you can believe it, less than a year away from another presidential election. My friend, Ayman Mohideen, host of Ayman right here on MSNBC Weekend Nights. It is always great to hear from you. Thanks, Alex.